My life has been in danger since I did business with you.
So this is from the old system, updated analytics. Even though my business has only been around for 2 years, or a little bit less than that, $216,000 in total between the Hearth Book, Transhumanism, Transcendence, being a werewolf in the Matrix. So if we were to add all of this up, it equates to $280,838. Now, our agreement was a 50-50 split. And if I just split this by 50%, it's $140,000. So at the very most, at the very pinnacle of the most money I should have ever sent him would have been this amount. But guess what? That does not include the amount of money that was generated from the affiliates. I have done over $500,000 in affiliate revenue. I have actually given Julio well over $200,000, and I indirectly gave him over $50,000, whether it was moving him to Hawaii, paying for his rent, paying for his phone bill, buying him a laptop, paying his child support, you name it. The list goes on.
So let me tell you why Zach giving me $200,000 means nothing by itself. It's about when the money came in, not the total. Did I get my full share every time sales came in? Or did he breadcrumb me while he used the rest of what he owed me on other stuff? He controlled the timing and the cash flow. He paid me $1,000 a week, sometimes $2,000 if he felt like it, even when sales spiked. Meanwhile, he kept the rest in his account so he could spend my shares on his rent, his mansion, designer bags, paying his assistant, other businesses that made him profit, no one else, just him. If he took my 50% to build his empire, that's unjust enrichment. I had no control to check the books, sell reports week to week. You showed me the total at the same time you showed everyone else in this exact video. I didn't see how many copies were sold, how much was made each month, what was spent on printing ads or affiliates. You controlled the money, and I had to trust you, which is exactly why you breadcrumbed me. If you really are what you preach, then I have the right to see every sale, every expense, every affiliate payment, and how much profit is left. That's what partners get. If you can't or won't show that, then my lawyer will demand it in court. How much did you really pay me? How much did you withhold? And how did you use my money to expand your brand while drip feeding me from my own faucet? It's not about $200K or $200. It's that the moment he controls the money flow, he decides what you get and when, while the rest of what you're owed funds his next move. If he can't prove I was paid my true half month by month, he's lying. And that's my claim. Retroactive 50% profit share. If we both agreed 50-50, then I am owed half of every sale every week, not just random crumbs when he felt like paying. I practically had to beg for him to send me my payment every week. No one should have to do extra work to get paid for their work. And by the way, everyone, and Zach, $1,000 a week is impossible math at $33.33 per book. If we sold hundreds or thousands of copies without sale reports, I was forced to trust you blindly. That's unfair. Every post, video, hashtag, or ad where my book, words, or videos promote your university or social accounts is using my intellectual property. If you won't pay ongoing royalties, you must take those posts down or credit me properly with my name and links to my page. And I want my share of sales that come from it. You may not keep selling my book on your site without my permission, without a contract, or I'll demand you to stop selling it or only sell it under a new fair royalty agreement where I see every sale and get paid directly. I'm not just owed money, I'm owed credit, royalties, and a share of the university's benefit from my work. Proper licensing or full removal. Explain to all your followers how I got $1,000 a week from you. How does a $33.33 book magically equal to exactly $1,000 a week? You used my money to grow your brand while keeping me small. That's classic unjust enrichment. He loves to say he paid manufacturing costs, but that doesn't change the fact that we were 50-50 partners. If printing costs money, we both cover it out of the gross, then split the rest. I would have paid for the costs, but he controlled the money so I had no way to see the real numbers. When I needed a few extra $100, he'd say I got you, not because he's kind, but because he knew he was already paying me way under my true share. He used those moments to look like a savior, while breadcrumbing me the entire time. Zach should have said his hard work earned him over $200,000 at the time, but instead he said, I gave him over $200,000 as if he handed me charity instead of paying me my rightful share. And he said it himself, without that one post of him pointing to my book, his website and university wouldn't exist like they do today. No, he didn't give me anything. He managed my money for me, held it back, trickled it out, and kept the rest to build an empire on my work. So he definitely misled you all. The truth is, that money came directly from my book sales, my videos, my teachings, and my scripts, not from Zach's personal bank account. He loves to say he overpaid me, but he really controlled the money I earned, while misleading me and giving me a bunch of fake promises. What he doesn't tell you is that he promised to pay my child support fully when it was only $8,000 when I went to Hawaii. He laughed and said that was nothing. He just spent $10,000 on a Louis Vuitton bag for his son's mother. And I'm not worried about how he spends his money. I'm worried about how he spends my money. I was usually paid $1,000 a week, but for a little while it was $2,000 a week, and that's because he was asking for a lot of things at once. I wrote 6 books for him, published 3, and the rest are PDFs. I wrote an endless amount of scripts for him since I've known him, from 2022 to 2024, but I never agreed to not be credited for those scripts. He likes to say he paid for my child support a couple of times. Yeah, he paid the $200 a month that was owed at the beginning of the month, but he told me he would pay the entire $8,000 and laughed at me when I told him how much it was because he thought of it so little. He said, "I'll take care of it, don't worry." But he never did, and I never even got a bonus after I wrote those 3 books in his apartment in Hawaii. He also brags that he covered my living in Hawaii. The truth is he booked a room for 5 months without asking me first, charged me $4,000 a month for it. He used my money to pay for it. I was making $1,000 a week. I have proof. I was hungry, broke, and had no furniture and begged for food while he told everyone he took care of me. He did not cover my living in Hawaii. The truth is he booked a room for 5 months without asking me, charged me $4,000 a month for it, and used my money to pay for it. I was making $1,000 a week. I have proof. I was hungry, broke, and had no furniture and begged him for food. That wasn't a gift. He used my own earnings. And he loves to say he paid for my phone, but that's just another way to control how much cash I actually get. How dare he pay me crumbs of my own earnings and say he gave me something? He said to me, "Let's make these millions." I believed him. I thought we'd build this together and share it equally, 50-50 like he promised. But the truth is he used my book, my voice, and my teachings to make sure only he made the millions, putting me down the entire time, telling me not to monetize my TikTok and stop talking to people and stop rapping and expressing myself. He controlled how much money I got from my own hard work and called it generosity. From summer of July 2022 to January 2024, the original Hearthbook PDF alone made over $200,000. My half should have been over $100,000. But I only got about $1,500 a week, no matter what. There were weeks where sales spiked and I easily should have made $5,000 or more in a single week, but that never happened. Because he controlled the cash and trickled it out so he could use my share for himself. And if he can't prove to you that he gave me 50% every single week, then he is a demon in disguise. And what hurts the most is when people say, "You wasted your money on tattoos." That's not true. I spent maybe $10,000 total. That's the same exact total that Zach spent on a Louis Vuitton bag like it was nothing. Every symbol on my body is explained in my books. I'm a devoted syncretist. That's why I should be teaching my book, not some imposter who says I wasted my money on tats while pretending to be me. It's a slap in the face. And he also says I have a problem with self-medicating, but I'm the one writing all these books. I'm the one making breakthrough discoveries and making the content for his business. I have neck pain from being hunched over, while you go live and walk on a treadmill or play video games.